Okay, so let's have a look at the Junior Cert Higher Level Maths Paper 2 for 2019, question 5. The coordinate diagram below shows part of a town where Cleana lives. Each small square in the grid has sides of length 1 centimeter. So we got 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter here. Okay, write down the coordinates of the shop, home and school. So the shop here, you go out the x-axis -3 and then up 1, so it's -3, 1. The home, you go out along the x-axis 4 and up 2, so it's 4, 2. The school, you go along the x-axis 4 and up 5, so it's 4, 5. Okay, so the library is at the midpoint between the home and the shop. Write down the coordinates of the library. So actually I have it marked in here. It's roughly here, just by eye anyway, so let's work it out. Now it's between the home and the shop, so these 2 points here. So we're just going to do the midpoint formula is the mean of the x's and the mean of the y's. So in our particular case we've got the shop and the school. So I'm going to call this x1, y1, x2, y2. And all you've got to do is put them into this formula here then. So it's x1, which is -3, plus x2, which is 4. Divide that by 2. And then the mean of the y is 1 plus 2 over 2. So that'll give me -3 plus 4 is 1 over 2. 1 plus 2 is 3 over 2. So it's a half, 1 and a half. Half, 1 and a half. So half, 1 and a half is here. This point here. So this is where the library would be. And it does look right anyway. So okay, so work out the distance from home to the shop. Distance from the home to the shop. Now the distance formula is square root of x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. Now our 2 points, we're talking about the home and the home and the shop. So it's these 2 points again here. So we have the home, that's 4, 2, and we have the shop, that's -3, 1. So again, just mark those, x1, y1, x2, y2, and put them into this formula here. So we have x2, so that's -3 minus x1, which is 4, square that. y2, which is 1, subtract the 2, y1. So we end up here with -3 minus 4 is -7, which we square. 1 minus 2 minus 1, which we square. So 7 squared, 49, and the minus squared is plus. -1 squared is +1. So 49 plus 1 is 50. So it's the square root of 50. We were asked to give your answer to 2 decimal places. When you work that out, you get 7.07 centimeters. This is to 2 decimal places. And that's it. That's your distance between the home and the shop, directly between the shop and the home. Okay, next one then. The distance in the diagram from the shop to the school is roughly 8.1 centimeters. Now that's on the diagram, so if you get a ruler and measure from the point where the shop is to the point where the school is, you'll get 8.1 centimeters roughly. Now the diagram on the scale is 1 in 2,500, so it's 1 in 2,500. Work out the actual distance from the shop to the school. Give your answer in meters. So in other words, 1 centimeter on the map represents 2,500 centimeters in reality. So that would just mean 8.1 centimeters on the diagram is equivalent to 8.1 times 2,500 centimeters in reality. So when you work that out, you get 20250, that's centimeters in reality. Now we were asked to give our answer in meters, so you got to divide by 100, so it's 202.5 meters in reality. And that's, that's our distance from the shop to the school. Okay, that's it then. Part E. Cleena walks from the shop to the school. Explain why the distance she walks is probably more than the actual distance in part D. Okay, so the distance in part D is direct. It's if you like, as the crow flies. So it's a direct route. A direct route. So in reality, Cleena will probably have to walk around corners, across the road. Well, she's probably going to have to walk around corners, and you know, across the road and things like that. Across the roads. Etc. So she will probably have to walk further than 202.5 meters. Okay, let's have a look at the next part here. We have the coordinate diagram below, has the line L drawn from the shop to the school. The angle A is marked, so we have an angle A here. So we have the shop, the school, we have home here, the library is here somewhere, but we have this angle A here marked. Work out the slope of the line L. Give your answer as a fraction. So you've got to work out the slope of this line here. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this, but let's do it by using the formula for slope. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now let's take the shop is at coordinates minus 3, 1, and the school is at coordinates 4, 5. So I'm just going to call these x1, y1, x2, y2. So let's just work out the slope here. Now y2 minus y1, so it's 5 minus 1 over 4 minus minus 3. So 4 minus minus 3. So this will just give me 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus minus 3 is 4 plus 3, which is 7. So it's 4 over 7. Now, you could probably see that anyway by just looking at the diagram. The units on the x-axis are the same as the units on the y-axis. Each one is a centimeter. So you got 1 out here, 1 out up here, 2 out here, 2 up here, and so on. So if you were to complete this this triangle here, you can see rise over run here would also give us the slope here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 up along here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 along here. It's it's a positive slope, so it's just 4 over 7. So that's really it. This is the slope of, so this is the slope of line L. Slope of line L. That's it. Next one, part G. Find the equation of L then. The equation of L. So the equation of L is a straight line. So the equation of a straight line is just simply y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So in order to use this formula we need two things. We need a slope and a point on the line. Well, we just worked out the slope, so m is 4 over 7, and we have 2 points on the line. We have minus 3, 1, and we have 4, 5 that we can use. There are other ones as well, but might as well use these ones. Let's use should we have x1, y1 already marked? So we'll use minus 1, 3 here. So it's y minus 1 is equal to 4 over 7, which is our slope, x minus 3. Okay, so let's just sort this out. So we have a 7 as a denominator of our fraction here, so I'm going to multiply across by 7. So in other words, really what you end up doing here is taking what's on the bottom here, bringing it up here and multiplying. So I end up with 7 times y minus 1 is equal to 4 times x, this is plus 3, minus minus is plus. So we end up with 7y minus 7 is equal to 4x plus 3 fourths 12. Okay, I'm just going to come up here now. So give your answer in the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So we got to put x first. So got to bring everything over to the left hand side. So I end up with minus 4x plus 7y. I got to bring this 12 over here, so subtract 12 from both sides. So minus 7 minus 12 minus 19 equal to 0. Now because this is an equation, I can multiply everything by minus 1. I just like to start with a positive number here. I don't like leading with a negative number. So multiply this by minus 1. That will give you 4x. Multiply this by minus 1, minus 7y. Multiply this by minus 1, plus 19 equal to 0. And that's it. That's the equation. The equation of line L. Equation of line L. Okay. Now, next one then. Use trigonometry to find the slope of L to work out the size of angle L. Give your answer in degrees, correct to 1 decimal place. So it says use trigonometry here. So trigonometry means we've got to use sine, cos, tan, and so on. So we know that the tan of an angle, so say you have a triangle like this, and this is our angle here. The tan of this angle, this is the right angle here, so the tan is just the opposite over the adjacent, which is really just rise over run. It's really the slope of this line here. It's the slope of this line here. So we already know the slope, so the tan of A we know is 4 over 7. So that just means then to find A here, we've just got to find the tan inverse of 4 over 7, and that will give us the angle A. Now the tan, we've got to do this to 1 decimal place. You can do this on your calculator. There's a function on your calculator to do this, so you'll just find that A is 29.7 degrees, and that's really it. That's really it for this question.